Who?
Shot the shot.
Kick it. And the human jock box.
Beer Sports Chirps, Week 3, NFL picks.
What do you got in that bowl, my buddy?
Steak fries, Cajun chicken pasta,
Is that
everything.
your own trash plate?
Somebody emptied the garbage on his
Holy
plate.
fuck, he just took all the food out of the fridge.
It's
They
phenomenal.
put it in one tin and there we go.
Let's go over these Week 2 picks. First game Thursday night, we all were unanimous. Barely Broncos over the Chiefs if Jamal Charles didn't just give it to him. Game after, we actually all lost. We all said Buffalo over New England. It was bad.
I was hopeful.
I thought it was. I think the Rex juice went to my head.
Ugh. What a
And,
fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Classic Rex game. Go in there talking and fall flat on your fucking face at the end.
The classic beatdown. The next one's a fucking embarrassment.
Yeah, Joe was actually the only one to get it right. Browns over the Titans. We all went Tennessee. Joe went Cleveland. believe it or
I
not.
literally realistically said that I wouldn't pick the Browns all year.
Yeah,
Like, realistically said that. And
He
then
did
they-
say that.
And then they won.
yeah.
Who would?
Next
Joe.
game after that,
Dom's the only one who lost.
Dom was the only one that lost. He said Houston over Carolina in
I'll
Carolina.
take a loss.
Carolina won. We're all unanimous on the next one.
You took a
Cardinals.
lot of them this week.
Yes, I did. I got a beat down. My picks were terrible.
None
picks
of us were
terrible.
good. None of us were good, though. Say,
I was the least of like at the Special Olympics.
all had Cardinals over the Bears. All three of us had the Bengals over the Chargers. We were all right. Joe
How
took the
about
Chargers.
those Bengals? How about that? How about Andy
fired.
Dalton?
The Bungalows.
Andy Dalton has not fumbled. What'd you say? Sacked or thrown an interception this
He
year?
hasn't been sacked, hasn't thrown an interception or fumbled yet this year.
My
How long can
fantasy
you keep that
quarterback.
going? How
Hopefully,
long can you keep that going?
Right, the first place championship.
It'll be done this week just because
Oh.
everyone's talking about it.
My fantasy
Done.
quarterback. You know, I'll let you throw a couple picks this year. We'll get it over with.
We all took the Lions over the Vikings, and we were all wrong because the Vikings won.
The Lions are a fucking disaster.
Oh,
Save
man.
that for
I
for
hate
Yeah,
these
that.
picks.
Stafford's. He's a little banged up now too.
I hate that because I got Stafford and I got Johnson on my fantasy team. That's not good.
The week I thought the Saints could possibly turn it around after losing on the road in Arizona week 1. They go home to face the Bucs against a rookie quarterback and a rookie quarterback. They came out of that game with more questions than they answered that game. The Bucs won.
I still got questions.
Dom was the only one to get that right.
Hey, yo.
I got questions about those Bucks too. I mean, where's Evan? 2 weeks, not even a
They
catch.
just lost their tight end, Safarian Jenkins.
Hopefully,
You gotta throw
I
that
think
back
a month. After that, I took the Giants. You two took the Falcons. I was wrong.
they look good.
Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, they're making a
Julio.
big connection, man.
Julio's the man.
Julio's on pace
I
for a
swear
big
to
year.
God, Julio is the man. I think he's one of the best
I
receivers.
won't make that mistake.
Top 3.
You won't do it this week.
I don't think. I don't know yet. I think I didn't think. Yeah, no, I did. I took.
Pick
And
him
we'll
up.
get to that. San Fran at Pitt. Dom, being a San Fran fan,
Him and Joe.
I had to lock him in.
took the 49ers, and I don't even think they got off the
That was
bus.
disgusting. No, they never got off the bus.
They played, right?
It was terrible.
I just
No, they
seen.
didn't
I
play
thought it was
at all.
just. I thought it was a Steelers scrimmage.
They showed up for a softball game.
Yeah. Obviously, Pitt won that. Is in Pitt. We all took Baltimore over Oakland, and Oakland last minute win at home.
That's another
Didn't you
one.
say you would never take Oakland either?
Oakland. We literally had this conversation. I said, you asked me who would you pick if because I told you I wouldn't take Oakland at all, or the Browns. And you asked me who would you pick if they played, and I said I probably wouldn't pick.
And then little did I know.
The Rats.
I said I don't even. Do they even play? We didn't know. I said, do they even play this year?
They do.
Sure enough, this week the Oakland Raiders
Both of
versus the Cleveland Browns.
I left it
You
blank.
can't make it up.
I think everybody.
I think
go.
they're gonna tie.
He put a tie. This is that now. We'll get to it.
Pick the refs to win that one.
We all took the Dolphins over the Jags, but the Jags were the big home upset. I thought that was the biggest upset of the week. Nobody took the Jags. Nobody gave them a shot.
This is the first time the Jags have had a 500
Look
record
at this
coming out of week
deadly
2
shit.
since 2011. What are you doing? We have to pause this for you so you can go.
Oh,
boom,
you're right.
boom.
Wait.
Go boom,
Can we
man,
just
we're all right.
can we do a little explanation on he's back this week? By
He
the
is
way,
back.
he's
Back
back.
in black.
We,
I'm back, baby.
We'll get more
we had
views
to,
this week.
yeah, we had to bail him out last night.
Bailed out big time.
It was like Alcatraz.
We took him out with the spoon.
Yeah,
Crawled through a lot of shit.
up and disappeared like a fart in the wind.
Mm-mm.
Salvation lies within.
Story of my life.
Me and Dom took the Cowboys over the Eagles. You took the Eagles. Cowboys actually
I
won.
put a lot of faith in those Eagles, man. What a joke they turned out to be so far.
I'm actually taking them this week as an upset.
They will
We'll
be
get to it
upset.
though. We'll get to that. Me and Dom took Seattle going into Green Bay. I think we gave him too much credit, but
Yeah, going into Lambeau, I think I had to go Green Bay with that.
You figure
I
Seattle
couldn't
could do
really
it, though.
disagree with that. But
You figure you could
was a
shut
good
Aaron
game.
Rodgers down.
yeah,
Not at home.
I mean, you're right. He's what?
just
10
like you
in a
said.
row?
What if this was
10
in
in a row
Seattle?
there?
Seattle is a different game.
If it's in Seattle, I think you got to give that to Seattle.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Seattle hasn't really impressed me this year. I mean, they're 0-2.
What was the score of that game? That was
Their defense.
27-17.
Their defense is supposedly Seattle, right? They have
Yeah.
0 interceptions this year. So where are they at?
I mean, they're 0-2. I mean, they're part of the 0-2 squad. There's so many teams.
They'll definitely turn around this week. We'll get to that.
Man, how many teams are expected to go to the Super Bowl and they start off 0-2? Yeah, there's like 3 or 4
Indy.
teams. Yeah, you know what I mean? They're just flopping right now.
Yeah.
That's not the end of
And-
the season, though.
So, saying Indy, that last game, which I mean, what's wrong with the Colts guys?
Dude, they look like they
And
look
Luck's
bad.
neck beard. He's got gross amount of space.
I think he's just an ugly bomb.
I don't know what. I don't even know what's going on with them. Because, like, I'm not going to look into that game as the Jets being a better team than the Colts. I'm just not. I think the Colts are actually. I think it's more of the Colts playing bad than the Jets being good.
Exactly. Too many mistakes. Too many
We all
mistakes
lost
out
on
there.
that one. We all took the Colts over the Jets, and yeah, just like you're
I
saying.
think the whole world took the Colts over the Jets.
Oh, yeah, basically, other than New Jersey. But then, it's not even like, that's why I can't really see it as the Jets being as good, because Gore had a ball at the goal line and just dropped it. He wasn't hit, he just
Terrible.
lost the ball.
He had that
Terrible,
ball.
man. He's solid at the goal line. He's been for years.
Yeah.
So
That age.
he's got the
They
old
spent a lot of
hands.
money on old guys this offseason
So,
who are not paying off.
Coming out of week 2.
Coming out of week 2, I went 6-10. Dom went 5-11 this week.
Ooh.
He went 7-9,
Bad.
which is the leader this week.
Yeah, that's bad.
Joe Mack went 6-10, just like me. The story did worse. I don't know.
You guys tied down to the worst.
Oh yeah, okay. Overall, after 2 weeks, I'm 16-16, 500. Dom is 18-14, as well as Mike 18-14. Joe, Joe in the
lead.
I shit the bed on week 2 and I'm still tied for the
Everybody
first
shit
place.
the bed. I
No,
know.
right.
Nobody-
I think everybody did. Even some guy on ESPN, he only got 3 right.
Joe Mack
That's just sad.
is at the bottom at 15-17 as we move into week 3. My bad.
Crumple that up.
That didn't work out.
Let's go to the
Good
Thursday
move,
night
that
game. Oh, Thursday night game. Redskins at the Giants. We all went Giants here. Why we going
I
Giants?
don't know what I crinkled up. Got rid of.
Okay. It's probably my notes.
Yeah.
I mean, the Giants, they're playing okay. They're just blowing games. They've blown 2 games now with 10-point leads. Like, you can't do that.
Where'd Eli go in life?
He's just still.
When I look at this
he's making
game-
too many DirecTV commercials or something. They do.
The Redskins had a nice upset this week. Who did they beat? St. Louis. St. Louis at home. They're going on the road. I just look at both of these teams as, I don't know. I'm really going with this one just because the Giants are at home.
I just think I can't see the Giants losing another game, especially to the Redskins. The Redskins do have a good running game right now, but I just
They're better off with Kirk Cousins.
They always have been, even when
the
they had
Giants got to finish games,
doing
man.
it.
Yeah.
They had 28 fourth quarter points in 2
Yeah.
games. I mean, you can't win football games like that. You can't, especially when they have the lead. They have
Yeah.
the lead going in these games. I mean, the Dallas game.
True.
I mean, I just feel like Eli.
He's not as smart as Peyton. You can tell by the head size.
Yeah. You know, I wrote this down. I mean, the Giants have given them 23 points in the first 3 quarters, and then 28 in the fourth, in the first 2 games. I mean,
Shut it down.
they're
They
like
got the
they-
best wide receiver in the game, hands down.
Who?
Odell.
Oh my God.
Get
Come
out
on.
of here, dude.
Are you
Come
fucking
on.
kidding me?
He's
What?
a monster.
You play
You're
too
gonna
much
say-
Madden.
He's
Yeah.
a monster.
Play Madden, you'll float around.
I'm done.
Wait, what do
right?
you want?
Kiko
Say
Alonso
Calvin?
had the same catch. Is he the best?
Yeah.
Kiko Alonso's
Best
a
receiver in the
bum.
league. No.
He's an injury machine.
Partially tore his ACL. But
That
no,
fucking guy
Odell
looks like
Beckham is
Cisco.
not the best.
He's the monster.
Odell Beckham is not the best receiver in the league.
Oh, he's up there.
I-
He's up
I'd be
He's the
surprised
best
if he's
receiver
top
on that
5.
team.
I'd
Get
be
out.
surprised if he's top 5.
I don't even know if Victor
He's
Cruz
in
is
top
back. He's
5.
not the best receiver on that team.
He is. I think he's better than Victor Cruz.
I think you should jump out the window.
He's got better hands than Victor Cruz.
No, he
He's
makes-
got
Tell
one
you
good
that.
hand, one good catch.
That's all you need to
He's
catch that
good.
ball.
I'm not saying he's the best in the league.
Oh, he's up there.
I just
He's up there.
I won't even put him on.
It's his, what, second
I
year?
don't care what year it is. He still looks like Cisco, and I don't like him.
Cisco.
That hair and ramen.
We all take the Giants over the Redskins next game. Falcons at the Cowboys. We're all going Falcons.
Good.
No Dez, no Romo, no run game, no win.
Dead in
Atlanta is
water.
hot right now. Julio Jones and Matt Ryan just have a connection that's Dallas isn't going to be able to stop, even if it isn't Dallas.
Dallas is dead in the water
Dallas
without
is hurting, man.
Romo and Dez.
I mean, we didn't look good, but I just think that either way, I think with Dez, I still think it's a game. And with Romo, I might still go Atlanta here. I just think, Matty Ice has just been spot
He's
on.
hot and
dude.
cold, though. He started off really good this year.
He's
I'll
strong
give
in
him
the
that.
fourth, I'll tell you that, too.
But he's hot and cold. This guy will come out. Julio will have a flop of a game. He'll do something to his knee. Second quarter, be done. Matt Ryan can't complete a pass after that.
They still have Roddy White, right?
Yeah, Roddy White's out there. He's
Okay.
out there.
Yeah, so we all go Atlanta on that one. Next game,
You do know that Brant Whedon hasn't won a game since like 2012.
Not
that's
surprised.
Brandon Whedon, though. I'm not surprised. I'm not.
He's at 1-8.
Nobody's taking Dallas,
1-8.
so
I just think Dallas is. I mean, they're dead in the water.
yeah.
This next one, I can
Colts
see it. I can
at
see an upside
Titans.
here.
Joe's taking the Titans. We're all going Colts, but I'm.
It's scary. I might have to go on Joe's side. Go with the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
They're looking bad. Indy's looking really bad, but I can't see them losing this game. It's their first division game of the year.
So wait.
They're already pissed off.
They need to win. They have the tools to win the games, and they're just throwing it away. They
It's
came
defense
against the
that
Jets.
beats them. It's defensive. If Indy was playing anybody else, I might go against them. But I can't see them losing to Tennessee.
But I feel like a lot of these like Luck fumbling the ball, Luck throwing these interceptions. I just feel like they're just poor choices.
Luck's just starting off every game in the toilet too. He's yet to score a point in the first half.
It
But that
just
game-
looks bad. Everyone's picking up the Jets' defense on their fantasy teams right now because Andrew Luck made them look phenomenal. They're going to regret this. I'm telling you. They're going to regret this come around week 3, week 4. They'll be gone. They're going to be back in the dumps, man.
I don't know.
So we got
I took the Colts. I just think they're just still too stacked not to take them, especially against a rookie quarterback.
Better odds.
They can't go 0-3.
still
Man.
average defense too. I mean, you
You're
could arguably say the Colts played the 2 best defenses in the league.
Yeah.
The Jets secondary, in my opinion, might be the best in the league. The Bills, I believe, still have that best front 7. But when you play them, who really is going to, like, other than, Brady, Rodgers, you know what I mean? I don't know. Played the best
but
2
you-
defenses in
When
my
you
opinion.
look at it, and everyone was saying how elite Andrew Luck was. He's the best. He's the best. Look at just the difference between Luck in Buffalo and Brady in Buffalo.
You alright?
You know what I mean? Like, it looked night and day. Buffalo looked like the best defense ever in week 1. Week 2, like,
It was back to those same
you
old
know what I mean?
Bills.
40 points.
That's Luck making mistakes. Damn, I want to switch my pick now.
Do you want, hey,
Switch it up.
No, I'm going to ride it out. You know what?
I'm
I have
riding
my
it
gut.
out. I'm
I'm
riding
riding it out. Because you know what? They'll go in there. Luck was going to fix whatever he had and we're going wrong. Because he's smart. He's
Yes.
got the ability. Let him get out there, work the kinks out. First 2 games, let's not judge too much off of that.
here's this next game. I'm by myself. Raiders at the Browns. I'm going Raiders.
You're nuts.
That's a
They
tough
had
call.
a big last minute win against the Ravens. They're confident and they're rolling into Cleveland. I think they'll get the win there.
I think that this is a game I didn't want to bet on.
Nobody.
I took the Browns, and it's not even about Johnny Manziel.
Not in
You
football.
got to look at Benjamin. He's got 4 or 5 touchdowns. The guy's looked impressive all year.
Yeah, he is.
The Raiders are still kind of all over the place with Cooper and Crabtree. I think the Browns are going to come out. It's in Cleveland, going in the dog pound. I think that, I think they're still excited about Manziel being there. I think
This comes down to a field goal, in my opinion.
well, it's going to probably be a boring game.
Yeah. So
It'll
we're
probably be
within
like
3.
9-6.
Could be. But these two teams have the weird capability of like going off. It either is going to be 9-6 or 30-33.
Yeah, something crazy.
Like the punt returns and shit. That's just weird. But I got the Raiders going in and getting a road victory. Even though I know it's West Coast going to East Coast, it's tough. I realize that, but
Hey,
I just like the Raiders better.
that's how you get back towards the top, man. Everybody else takes a loss, you take a win.
That's right. This next one possibly could be too.
Nope, that's not
Yeah.
happening.
Cincy at the Ravens. I'm going Ravens. They're going Bengals. I see the Ravens. They came off an emotional last-minute loss like we were talking about to Oakland. They're going to regroup at home versus the Bengals, and I think they're going to get a win.
Ravens have yet to win this year. So they're going to come in fired up, I'll tell you that.
Super Bowl contenders.
But I think that the Bengals have looked strong. Andy Dalton has looked good.
So this is their home opener, right?
Yes.
Got Jay Hill.
There you go there.
I think Dalton has really looked impressive. And I think the Ravens have it. And, it's not like Harbaugh to have his teams look as bad as they have. 0-2. They were picked to, go to the Super Bowl. A lot of people picked them to be one of the best teams in the league. And, it's early in the season, but,
Yeah.
0-2 is not a good way to start.
No, it doesn't mean it's over, but it's not how you want to come out.
Division game at home. I got to go Ravens. I'm sticking with it. Next game, Jags going into New England. Jags got a big home win last week versus Miami. May have went a little to their head. Now they have to enter the house that Brady built, and he won't treat them nice. Pats win big.
Yeah, this is going to be a blowout game in my
It's still
opinion.
the best team
They're
in the
going to
league.
annihilate
I mean,
them.
realistically, they're probably the best team in the league. I put the Jags probably one of the worst. It's between them and the Bears and the Saints right now. I think the Jags.
You know, it
even though
blows
they
my
won,
mind.
they won. That was a big game for them to win in Miami,
Yeah.
or against Miami. But I just
Jags come out. They look okay.
I mean, is there really much to say about this game?
the only thing that could really happen is that the New England goes in to win this game, and something stupid happens. That's
I can
what
see
it's
that.
not a
You are
gimme.
right there.
Don't go
Because
in
I've
there
seen
with
that
that
before.
giggle.
Remember, what was it, last year or a couple of years ago, Arizona, out of all teams, went in there and beat New England. Because, they
Last year.
they were playing, Denver the next week on, Sunday night. And, it was more like,
Well,
Are
you
they
can't go in
overlooking?
there. You can't go in there. It's not a no game is a gimme game.
They went into KC
Don't
last
ever
year
go
and
on
took a
like that.
beating too.
yeah,
So
that was there's always a game every year where it's is this the end of the, and it never is.
No.
Until Brady retires, that team is going to be a powerhouse, and it sucks for me to say that because we're always right behind them every year.
Hey, here's the question: how do you beat
slow.
Gronkowski? Who's
You
gonna
don't.
figure out how to shut him down?
it's not shutting them down. It's just trying to maintain them a little bit. I mean, Buffalo.
The only thing you can try to do is bump them off the line and that's the only thing you can do. You can't. There's never going to be a game where it's just Gronk had a catch for 8 yards.
That's everyone's. They're always you gotta bump him, you gotta slow him up. He's fucking 6'7".
Yeah,
That's why you have to
need
put a
somebody
body
big.
on his. That's why, the last, in Buffalo, we tried, put Manny Lawson, 6'6", 300, a defensive lineman on him just to fucking get him off. A guy his size just to sort of knock him off his route, and still.
He's just
Our-
too quick.
Once he hits that secondary and he's up against 5'11", 200-pound guys,
He's blowing past him. You ain't getting him down.
all you got to do is throw it over their head, and who do you think's
knew
going to catch
You
it?
knew the touchdown was coming when he was right at 3, 4, 5 yard line. He lines up on the outside and he just back of the end zone. You knew it was coming. It just couldn't be stopped.
Well,
It's a monster.
no. So we're all Pats there, obviously. Next game, we're all Panthers as the Saints go into Carolina.
I see the Panthers going 3-0, and the Saints 0-3. I think Breeze is beat up. The Saints look terrible. They really do.
Yeah,
Breeze is resilient though. Breeze is resilient.
I thought last week would be the week where the Saints showed up at home against a rookie quarterback and win. But like you were saying, Breeze is banged up. They go back on the road to Carolina. Panthers take this. Simple.
Give it to Cam.
It's in Carolina. They haven't let up any points this year. Carolina's the second least amount of points, I'm pretty sure, for the season. You know what I mean? Like, and at the same time scoring. So those two things aren't really going to work out for anybody.
Oh, they got rid of Jimmy Graham. I wanted to cry when they did that.
So do they.
I was upset.
It's bad, sure. Like, this is, I don't know. I just don't know what the Saints are doing. It's like they're in rebuild mode, but they're still hanging on to their future Hall of Fame quarterback.
You know what I'm going to do here, fellas?
Make up your mind.
I'm going to search the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL.
You do
We're
that.
still on the
upset.
Spectrum thing? We're fucking
I'm
games
still
later.
there. I'm still there.
God, you're a fucking... Make sure you check a fucking New York article. Too.
Next game, I'm all alone on. Eagles into the Meadowlands at the Jets. I'm going Eagles.
I'll tell you why you're alone, because the fucking Eagles made me look like an asshole. Sam Bradford looks like shit. DeMarco Murray, I mean, at one point he was negative 20 yards rushing. Like, I could do better than that.
Obviously, just fall.
No, yeah.
Number 4 for 2015.
From
Odell
what?
Beckham.
Didn't you say the best, though?
ESPN.
Fuck ESPN.
His best
When
in the
do they
league.
know?
2015.
Oh, fucking...
Tell them to stick to LeBron.
For 2015, baby.
ESPN
Number
doesn't know anything about
4. He's ahead of Calvin.
All right,
And-
I'm done talking. I'm
Calvin
done talking
Johnson's
about
100 years old.
Oh, baby.
Fuck that bum.
They got
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles. New York Jets defense playing well. Beating Indy on Monday Night Football. I think it was more of Indy playing bad than the Jets actually being the better team. I think the struggling Eagles get it together.
You think they soar this week? The Eagles soar, huh?
I think they get it together and get a win in the Meadowlands. I feel like the Jets are riding a high right now.
Jets been taking away the ball a lot, I'll tell you that.
I
They're
fucking hate
turnovers,
the Jets.
and they're scoring a lot. I don't like the Jets either, but their defense is playing well, and they're capitalizing on their turnovers.
I feel like the Eagles get it back. Because you think of the Jets defense, they're an attack even just like the Bills. You have a quick offense, that's how you beat those defenses. Who has a quicker offense than Chip Kelly?
Nobody.
It doesn't matter. with
Most
the way
plays.
Sam
Most plays.
Bradford couldn't hit the fucking broadside of a barn. The guys have been a complete disaster.
He played good week 1.
They still lost, so
No, he missed the field goal. It's on Bradford's
it's
fault.
not. He should kick the fucking thing. It is his fault. If they wasn't that close,
Kick
it
the
wouldn't have mattered.
ball! You know what they should do? What was that movie with Mark Wahlberg? Where you
Fucking
kicker?
Right?
Right? You try,
Papali? Vince Papali?
you get him a new kicker. Try him out. Let Philly come out and try out for the Philadelphia Eagles. They need a new kicker.
That was the Eagles, too.
It was the Eagles.
Yeah, it was the Eagles. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Next game, all 3 of us are Houston over the Bucks. It's in Houston. Joe Mack took the Bucks. This game is just a matter of, I don't know, the Bucks got a big road win in New Orleans. They stay on the road against a desperate Texans team. I don't think they get too lucky on this one. I think the Texans win this one. They're desperate. They're
Foster's
fighting.
back this week, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
Pretty sure he's back. I mean, they're 0-2. I don't see them going 0-3. At Tampa Bay, they just look like shit. So
Yeah,
JJ Swat. Need him to show up big.
I think they will. I think they turn around.
It's in
Again,
Houston,
they're
so-
desperate.
yeah, I think. I mean, that's not an exciting game.
They're not a passing team, and they're just throwing the ball so much.
They
It's
should have
like
kept Fitzmagic.
last year, man. They just even when they had Fitzmagic last year, they just weren't a throwing team. You didn't throw the ball at the Texans.
They have Hopkins too, and
He's
so frustrating because I know what
another
it's like, man, just to have weapons and no quarterback. But
You know, I really didn't like that duo that they had last year when they had Andre and
Hopkins.
then they had DeAndre.
yeah.
You know, it just didn't work out. It just didn't seem like it was working out for me. You know what I mean? And then Andre got injured. He was injured at that. I didn't like those two guys. Man. They didn't team up well. You know what I mean?
Next game, we're all unanimous except Mike. Mike's the only one going the Vikings over the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers. You're taking the Chargers. Why are you going the Vikings?
I think they did it right last week. They gave Adrian Peterson the ball. Week 1, he got 10 touches. 10. They lost.
That's how you win.
Okay? 29, they win. That's your formula to win football games. I don't think the Chargers' defense is strong enough to stop AP. I'm still not impressed with Rivers. Rivers is completing a lot of passes.
Hot and cold again. He's
Again,
very hot, cold
to
quarterback.
everybody, though. He's got 3 interceptions in 2 games. I see Minnesota coming out. It's in Minnesota. AP's, I think, getting his groove back. I think if they continue the formula they did last week and give that guy the ball.
You'll give arguably, in my opinion, the second best running back in the league the ball a lot. How are you going to win?
Who's the first?
Give him the ball. Marshawn.
Oh, my
Marshawn, number one.
They've this year, man. This year, fuck, it's D'Angelo Williams, if anybody. Forte, maybe.
Who sees that coming? Whoever. D'Angelo Williams.
I know.
hate that
I knew it.
son.
That's what.
Hyde had a
Cardinals
great big
Hyde
week.
was so good.
Then what happened in week 2? They just forgot to give the
Well, you
dude-
think of
I
these
skipped
teams like
over
you're
him
talking
for
about
Bush.
with the best running backs. Defenses know how to stop that because
It's true.
you know what I mean. You put Heat in the box against Minnesota. I'd fucking rather go against Teddy Bridgewater one-on-one all day than AP. You know what I mean?
Put it in the box against Marshawn, though. He's carrying 7 of them away.
Yeah, you
That
are right.
man's a
But at the same
monster.
time, they have, I think, a good quarterback in Russell Wilson who can beat you. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
You have to worry about him
Yeah.
getting out of the pocket.
That's why like Green Bay is so fucking deadly because you could put 8 in the box against Eddie Lacy, who's fucking just like Marshawn. He'll carry everyone.
Same
And then you
style,
have
yeah.
one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best in the league, Aaron Rodgers, to pick your defensive part with single man coverage. But back to this game, got a little carried away there. I just see the Chargers turning it around against the Vikings. It is on the road. I can see what they're saying. Arguably one of the best running backs in the league they're going up against. I just think Rivers, being that vet, I think he could turn it around and get this road victory. Next game, Steelers at the Rams. I'm the only one going Rams here.
I think you took a reach. If
The
they-
Rams, can we?
They can't.
You would know.
Oh, man.
The Rams are a completely different team at home.
You have to worry about the Rams at home. I just don't. Honestly, I went with the Steelers, even though, like you said, I understand that the Rams they're phenomenal defense. They're good at clock management, and they can get away with this crazy shit downfield.
Yeah.
The Steelers, though, that's a whole nother weapon. You got Antonio Brown.
If
who
you don't
just
stop
went
that combo,
off.
you don't stop that combo. The
I don't-
Roethlisberger,
I don't think
Brown-
you
No,
can.
I know. Yeah.
328 yards, 2 games.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
like,
think you can stop.
but even like, I'm taking this into consideration that Le'Veon Bell is coming back,
He is, he's
but they have not missed him.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Williams has been the best, like we were just saying, the best in the league without him. Like, what is he going to come in and they're both going to get 150? No, unless they run all day. And you think they're going to do that? You think they're going to keep the ball out of Roethlisberger's hands? No. They're not going to miss a beat. It's going to be the same offense. And I just think going into St. Louis, obviously if this game was in Pittsburgh, I think it's a Pittsburgh big win. Because St. Louis is like lays an egg every time they're on the road. Lost to Redskins this week. I thought the Redskins might go 1-16. They lost to the Redskins, but they go home and they beat Seattle the week before. They're back home. They're pissed about their last week's loss. I think they get the victory.
Hey, you get a few of these picks right, you're going to be right back in the mix. You're solo on quite a few of these. Good luck to you, man, but it ain't.
Next
Either
game.
they're going to be back in the lead or back in the toilet.
Yeah, I might be in that
You
rear.
might be hanging out with Joe Mack and taking in the rear.
Oh, buddy, boy. You have to
Next
grow your
game.
hair out.
The 49ers at the Cardinals. As much as this hurt them, we're all going Cardinals.
I had to go Cardinals.
It's gonna be a
man.
blowout.
They're just on fire. They're on fire, and I don't think the Niners have found their flow
is
yet.
this David Johnson character?
Cool.
Exactly. He's
Oh.
got a-
He's one of those sleepers that you find every year. There's a
Got a
sleeper
rushing
rookie out
touchdown.
of nowhere.
a catching touchdown and return to kick already.
I'm trying to pick them up off waivers, man. I dropped like 3 guys that just go after these random waiver wire pickups, hoping I can move up in my
I'm
league.
trying to do that right now.
Check it out. He's probably still out there.
He should be. No one even knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
We all got Cardinals over the 49ers here.
Oh, the next
San
game
Fran
tonight.
really only looked okay in week 1. But just like he was saying, they didn't even really have to face AP, who is the Vikings' really only weapon right now. I mean, Bridgewater still has, growing pains to go through.
They got to find themselves. They've lost so many players. They have to refine themselves as a team. I mean, like you say, you got Carlos Hyde, who spent some time with Frank Gore. He is a phenomenal runner, but they already lost Reggie Bush for that entire game, which I think hurt them huge because the Niners are going to stick to the run game because, as we know, their passing game has always been
What it is.
pretty weak. You know what I mean?
And
It's
I don't-
pretty weak.
I mean, I don't see it turning around anytime soon. So
Not this week.
I hope,
in
fingers
Arizona,
crossed, man.
even if this was in San Fran, I'm going Cardinals. But it's even in Arizona, they're going to get that win.
Fingers crossed, something can happen.
Next game,
Here's the argument.
Bills at the Dolphins.
Oh, buddy.
I'm going Buffalo. Why are you going Miami?
Oh, because, man, I just don't know. The Bills took the Colts, but like we said, the Colts, they might have just shit the bed away.
I disagree. I think the Dolphins, lost to the fucking Jaguars for one. And two, I mean, I think the Bills are going to shut down that pass game. They love the pass. Dolphins are trying to pass 75% of the time at this point.
Yeah.
And Lamar Miller's averaging fucking 2 yards a carry. So even if they try to run, they're
But what
Still
you know
that
what's
D-line.
happening? Listen,
That D-line, no, he can't.
growing up in Buffalo, you know it's always squish the fish. There's bus rides going from Clancy's, overnighting it down to the game to watch it. People, when there's this much hype behind a Bills game, to me, what happens?
last week.
They fly. They
But I'm
fly.
not. Is there really much? This is actually the first. I forgot we played the Dolphins this week, so
But
I don't know
there's-
where the hype is coming from.
there's
Because you
always-
forgot football until today.
Yeah.
There's always hype with Bills Miami. It's always big squish the fish. But the hype was so big for last week's game. It's not as big as it normally is every year for squish the fish.
No.
I mean, that's huge around here. You want to beat Miami, you know, and it's just out of experience. I'm not saying that the Bills can't beat them. I'm just saying on this day, I just don't think it'll happen. But hey,
Hey, you never know,
I
man.
might go up on
You know
it.
what?
Everybody else got one.
Odell Beckham's the best receiver in the league.
I like him. He's
Right.
phenomenal.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Let's
top
move on. 'cause I'm
five,
done
baby.
talking about this.
Top
fucking-
five,
I'm
you
fucking
son of
done
a bitch.
talking about this.
ESPN.
Next game. I mean, do we even have to say a fucking word about this game? Bears at Seahawks. The Seahawks are pissed off.
They suck right now, but the Bears are even worse.
Yeah, they're just.
Worst team in the league.
This,
Cut-
yeah,
and
Bears
Cutler-
are the
Cutler's
worst
hurt.
team in the NFL.
Cutler's hurt.
No, there's another fantasy.
That might actually even be good for them.
If you guys need a quarterback,
He's open. He's available.
It's like Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico, boo boo.
The most unrated. But yeah, Seahawks over the Bears. Sunday night football, Broncos at the Lions.
It's not a reach.
I'm going Lions.
Oh my God.
I hope that happens.
I hope not.
I actually hope he wins that one and I lose it because if that happens, that means that Stafford and
Probably won't
Calvin
have, yeah.
go off, which is good for my fans.
I'm just saying the Broncos are they're on the road again. They barely escaped Arrowhead if Jamal Charles didn't hand it to them. They will not get lucky again this week. It's in Detroit. I just can't. I mean, if Peyton was calling the plays, Gary Kubiak's calling their plays.
Yeah,
I don't
You
understand
have,
why.
you have arguably the best quarterback in the
It's not
NFL
gonna
history.
last- It's not going to last long. You know that.
Yeah, I don't
but
even think that's
it's
an
happening
argument.
this week. You know what I mean?
I don't even think that's an argument, to be honest with you. Peyton is, hands down, the best quarterback.
No, I believe so.
ever.
He's
Until
smart.
you see
Not-
Aaron Rodgers at the end of his career, right now, it's
Yeah,
Peyton.
I don't
but no,
think-
yeah,
I
not
don't
right
think
now.
Rodgers-
I think this year, I think the
Rodgers
best
runs-
quarterback now is still Brady, honestly. But when you look at history, all the everyone always just Super Bowl. Yeah, Brady has them, but Manning is just
Manning dictates his offense.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody just manipulate.
he's an offensive
He made-
coordinator on the field with a
Look at
helmet
the
on.
players he made better, and Brady too.
No, it's
They're
they're
cool.
they're fucking good.
How
Man.
many great quarterbacks don't have a Super Bowl ring? though?
Where's Eric Decker?
There's
Yeah.
a couple of them.
Yeah. Eric Decker.
Where's Eric Decker?
He's on the Jets.
Okay. Remember him?
Where's Orange Julius?
Yeah.
Where's
Jacksonville.
Orange Julius?
Wow.
Why do you get rid of Orange Julius, man? That man had what? He had like 1 million touchdowns in the first 3
Doesn't
games.
matter because he'll just make someone else better.
Do you remember? Did you guys remember when Emmanuel Sanders was on the Steelers?
Mm-hmm. I remember he was on the
Oh,
Steelers.
yeah.
I remember he put on a Steelers helmet one time. Then he went to Denver, and now the dude's
Now he's on my fantasy team.
scores every
boo-boo.
fucking week. But that's just Peyton, and that's the old Peyton I'm talking about. I think this new offense that they're running and making Peyton run it, I don't think he's happy in Denver anymore. I feel like this is his last year in the NFL, and I don't think.
He should have went out last year.
He's getting hit a lot now. They're not
Yeah.
protecting him as much.
He's getting
I
upset
just-
because he's not as vulnerable. He's not putting those big numbers up every game. So he doesn't look elite to everybody, and I feel like that might be
he's
like...
still, you know,
He's good. He wins games as he showed in KC. He still led a comeback despite what Jamal Charles did. Jamal Charles just won them the game. Peyton led him back and tied it. I'm going to give him credit. It's good. It'll be a good game, I think. I like this Sunday night
the
game.
Monday night game was good too, though.
I don't like
Yeah.
this chair. This chair is
AFC
terrible.
versus NFC Sunday night and Monday night, but I'm going with the NFC in this one at home. I think the Lions get this one. Next game, Monday night, final game, Chiefs at the Packers. We're all Packers here.
Packers. You can't go against Aaron Rodgers, man.
Again,
At
yeah.
home, he hasn't lost
They haven't lost in 10 games.
10 in a row at
Yeah.
home. That's including playoffs last year. I mean, they're phenomenal at home. They're the best team at home all around.
It's arguable.
Rodgers has 545 attempts on interception at home.
Who's better at home?
And you think
Nobody.
KC lost at home by their own mistakes. They killed themselves at home on primetime Thursday Night Football last week. Last week. Again, going into Green Bay.
I picked Green Bay because they're Lil Wayne's favorite team.
Week 3 picks.
Said that I'ma ride for my motherfucking nigga.